Hi, I'm Hazel. It is almost Saturday, so it's time to sit down for a vlog. Technically, for me, it's actually Wednesday because I have magic computer powers which make me from the past. For you, it's almost Saturday, unless you're watching this later than the day it came out, in which case, I don't know what day it is. It's the future. It's a wonderful, magical thing. So, the reason that I'm recording this early, and I mentioned this briefly last week, but the reason that I have to do this early is because I'm leaving tomorrow for a short out-of-town trip. My husband and I are driving up to Canada to attend my sister's wedding, which I'm very much looking forward to and very nervous about. I don't travel much. I don't get out much, to be honest with you, so leaving my home and my cat for multiple days is kind of freaking me out, but it's going to be a lot of fun, and when I get back, it's like Legion time. So today's Wednesday. We leave tomorrow, and then we drive up to Seattle Thursday. We're spending the night in Seattle, and then we're going to go the rest of the way up to Victoria on Friday, and then we stay there until Monday, and then on Monday we drive all the way back down. And then Monday night is like Legion Eve, I guess you could say, which means that I guess we're going to get home and then immediately go to bed and then try and get up at midnight for the Legion launch, or just, mess up the timing of it and miss the entire launch. Although, if it's anything like the WoD launch, just going to bed might not be a bad call anyways. I mean, we're both really excited about marathon leveling, and servers permitting, what we want to do is sit down and level as soon as it comes out, right up until we get to at least 110 and then go to bed. But I don't know, I really like sleeping. And I feel like, maybe you take a nap, and then maybe while you're sleeping, all the server issues are resolved and people stop DDoSing, because that's probably going to happen again. And then you wake back up, and then it's still there. It's still there. It's always going to be there. Once they release it, they're not going to take it back. They better not. They wouldn't. That'd be a very weird thing for them to do. So yeah, that's why I'm doing this early. I'm gonna miss my kitty. She's gonna be fine. We've arranged for somebody to come and stop by. She's got an automatic feeder. Somebody's gonna come by and check on her water and scoop her litter box and hang out with her and make sure she's not too lonely. But I'm really, really, really attached to my cat. We have a daily ritual where I sit on the couch when we usually watch an episode of something on Netflix while we're eating dinner, and I have a spot that I sit on my couch. And my cat has a spot where she sits next to me on the couch, and she holds onto my elbow while I eat dinner, which kind of makes it hard to eat, but we do this every day, and nobody's gonna hold onto my elbow while I'm eating dinner, which is most people go their whole lives, and people leave their elbows alone while they eat dinner. So it's gonna be fine. It's just I'm gonna miss my kitty. She's my baby. She's my fluffy little farm baby. So that's that. In Overwatch news, Sombra hype is escalating. So Sombra is the theoretical next character that they're going to release. Nobody knows if that's exactly what it's going to be, but all signs point to the most likely there being a new hero named Sombra, something Spanish related, just because most of her clues started out on the Dorado map. And there's this ARG going on right now, this alternate reality game, where between Blizzard and the community, where there's just these codes and clues, and the community is just trying to decode all of this stuff to get all the hints of this hero, and there's different stages of it. And right now there's this website, and I think it's a momentincrime.com, that has different things on it at different times, and right now there's a countdown or a count up. There was a countdown, and now there's a count up, and I'm not at all participating in decoding things because I can't do that, but I am very excitedly following along as the community figures things out. So it's even people that don't get too hyped for Overwatch, or people that are I know people that aren't even playing Overwatch right now, they're really excited to figure out what this is about. So I don't know if I've ever seen anybody weave hype as masterfully as Blizzard is doing with the Sombra thing. So I really hope they actually announce something soon. I'm dying for it, but even I guess if they don't and they just put it off, you'd think they would have to, the new season 2 competitive Overwatch starts on September the 6th. They gotta do it before then, right? We don't know that, but I feel like they're gonna do it before then, especially with how much they've been hinting at stuff. So hopefully they bring that out soon. They had a cool Overwatch tournament happen at Gamescom, and I watched a bit of that, and then I read some articles after the fact, and it occurred to me that my sensitivity in Overwatch is still way too high. I was playing at 15 sensitivity, and I read that most pros play somewhere in the range of between 4 and 8 sensitivity at roughly 800 DPI, which I think is most mice. So I turned it down. I cut it more than in half. I turned it down to 7 point something, and I'm trying to get used to it. It needs you to have a big mouse pad, and I do have a big mouse pad, so I'm just trying to aim with my arm and not my wrist, and It's good when I'm thinking about it. As soon as I start autopiloting, I do terribly. I'm putting a lot of time into Zarya to try and get better at her, just because sometimes people are already playing supports, or sometimes you don't want to play supports. So I've been trying to learn new heroes. And we're doing good on Zarya, we're doing good on Diva. I'm occasionally picking up a little Reinhardt. I thought I couldn't play him because I would get too motion sick, but I guess I don't. So I've been playing little Reinhardt whenever team needs one of those on top of my support babes. And then I just need I need one, at least one, preferably two in case somebody's already picked the one, because I want to do more competitive Overwatch and there's now hero locking on that. I need one good attack character, one good DPS character to play. I'm thinking Soldier 76 because he's easy and he's hit scan like Zarya is. And he's like got a good toolkit and he can heal just in case my team's like nowhere to be found. So I'm thinking of putting in some time with Soldier 76. I did some custom games with things like all Ana games with headshots turned off, so I have to headshot a bunch of Anas to kill them, but they can't hit me because Anas can't headshot. I just have to work on my aim, so been doing that. Yeah, this is the last vlog before Legion. The next time I make one of these, it's gonna be post Legion. And hopefully I'll be full of all of my Legion launch and leveling stories. I can't wait. The hype's kind of setting in. So like I said, we're planning on trying to get to 110 on launch. We'll see how the servers hold up, and we'll see how I hold up. If I end up going to bed, then I'm going to go to bed. I've been trying to brainstorm some healthy, gamer-friendly snacks and meals to sort of sustain us through this, because in my opinion, a gamer-friendly snack is something that's going to give you some energy. So it's got like some protein, maybe it's got a little bit of sugar, but not like a lot of sugar. Probably some carbs, just something to keep you going. It has to be something that you can eat while playing, which means that like piece-sized things like grapes, things like almonds, and then something that's not too dusty. So Doritos are kind of out because you get like this orange scourge on your fingers, and then I don't want that on my keyboard. I try and keep my stuff not covered in Dorito dust. So see, I've been trying to brainstorm like healthy snacks and meals that we can sort of actively eat. If I was home the week before it launched, I would like make some lasagna or something. I think that I did this for what? I think I made a lasagna and then I froze it, so we had like these frozen individual meals that I could heat up, but I don't have time for that because we're just gonna get home and then it's happening. So yeah, any of you have any like rituals in terms of gamer snacks and or meals for like a launch marathon like this? Feel free to share them in the comments. I don't know, I'll be reading them on my phone while I'm traveling. And yeah, I'm taking a couple of days off video making. So I have videos scheduled more or less, like I have the pet battle videos, the rest of the ones that I made, ready to go more or less right up until Legion comes out-ish. There's 2 fights on the Legion beta. There's at least 2, maybe more, but there's at least 2 pet battle world quests that just won't pop up for me on beta. And I guess they won't, because today was my last day to do it, because if they pop up while I'm away from home, I can't record them. All my equipment is here. So, yeah, there's at least 2 pet battle guides I'm gonna have to make after 110 once I find them on live. And I kind of expected that, just because, I mean, there's like 35-ish different world quests, and you only get 3 in a given day. Some of them are gonna be butts and not wanting to come play with me, so. There's that, and then once, like I said, or I was trying to say, once Legion comes out, I'm gonna take a couple days to just level and start gearing and kind of get my bearings in Legion before I get back to making videos. But then I do have a list I'm going to return to of videos that I want to make and get on the channel, and I want to try and keep this sort of 4 to 6 videos a week coming out. I like that rhythm. That feels good. I think we can do that. Speaking of the beta, I'm surprised the Legion beta is still up. I feel like they took the WoD beta down like 3+ weeks before the launch, and I feel like that was fairly standard, so I'm really surprised that we're less than a week away from Legion coming out, and I still have access to beta. I can still log on to the Legion beta and look at pet stuff. I just wish that the fights that I needed would show up, but what are you gonna do? So, we had a few questions. Omer said, "Hi Hazel, have you had fun with the Summer Games event, and did you get what you wanted from the boxes? Also, what do you think will be the next Overwatch hero? I think it's gonna be a tank and not Sombra." Okay. Did I have fun with the Summer Games event? Yes. Oh, the Summer Games were a blast. The Summer Games were a good excuse for me to play just like a bunch of Overwatch. I played so much Overwatch. I went from like level 104 to 145, something like. I did roughly 40 levels just during the Summer Games. I did quite a few, or at least what I think is quite a few. So it was just a good excuse to just sit down and just play a bunch of Overwatch with my friends, which was great. And I did get what I wanted for the boxes. So I did kind of cave. I had a night I was drinking and I just spent 20 bucks on loot boxes to try and get what I wanted. And luckily, I did get what I wanted from those 20 loot boxes. So what I was looking for was I wanted at least one, if not both, of the Lucio soccer skins. I got both of those. I wanted Edge and Austin Mercy, and I got that. And then I think that was it that I wanted, and I got a bunch of other stuff. I have both Zarya skins. Oh, that was the other thing. I wanted the red version of the Zarya skin. I got that. So I got everything I wanted. The only thing that I kind of wanted that I didn't get was I did not get Korean Diva, and I would have enjoyed having Korean Diva, but there's always next year. There's always next season. So yeah, I got pretty much everything I needed. I got quite lucky. I have quite a few friends that did not, they played more than me, and they also spent money on loot boxes, and they did not get what they were looking for, so I feel pretty lucky. And the next Overwatch hero, you think it's going to be a tank and not Sombra. I think it's going to be Sombra, and I think Sombra is going to be a DPS hero. I don't know if she will be a defensive hero or an offensive hero. It would be interesting if instead of Sombra being the hero, she was a mechanism to unveil future heroes. Like, what if she was the AI version? Like, you know how Athena is Overwatch's AI, and she announces the stuff, and she says traveling to Watchpoint Gibraltar, and she was in Winston's recall video. It would be cool if Talon had a version of that, but theirs was obviously evil because they're Talon, and that was Sombra, and Sombra was used as a mechanic to unveil new heroes, but she herself was not the hero. That would be neat, but I think they've dropped enough hints. They're just gonna go with some kind of weird hacker lady hero. It would be neat if her thing was hijacking Omnics. Like, maybe you don't even play as her. Maybe that she has a couple of different Omnics you can switch between that you have hacked, and you can play as different ones of those. So that would be neat. But we'll see. I think it's going to be some kind of DPS hero, and I think it is going to be Sombra, but I would be glad if you were right, because it would be neat for there to be another tank. Black Rose Thorn Etna says, hey Hazel, is the Felbat pup usable in pet battles, or is it just that awful? Felbat pup's fine. It's not amazing for pet battles. I looked at his moveset, and I think it'll have some applications. I don't think it's going to be amazing for pet battle PvP. So I guess if you're talking about pet battle PvP, I guess it's just awful. But the problem with pet battle PvP is that pretty much 85+% of pets are awful just because there is a meta, and things that are outside of that meta may not do as well. So and then for PvE, I don't think the Felbat pup is awful. The PvE kind of suffers from the same problems, that once you have a good pet for every situation, you don't necessarily branch out that much, and you'll find that in my strategies, I use a lot of the same pets over and over again. Part of that is just because you have a pet that you use in certain situations, and then you just continue to use it. And part of that is because I kind of intentionally reuse pets as much as possible so that people trying to collect pets for my strategies don't have to collect a billion of them. But no, I think it's definitely usable, especially in PvE. There's plenty of places where you can put him in. He may not be better than an alternative. He might not be the best, but I don't think he's awful. And also he's super cute, and he's been following me around for a week and a half now, so he's my bro. Sabine, or Sabin, I'm not sure how to say that, says, Hazel, what's your favorite lore character? Anduin. Anduin is my boy. I've been a huge fan of Anduin ever since I read a book. Was it The Shattering? I think it was The Shattering. I have two Warcraft books. I have The Shattering, and then I have the one with the trial. The Garrosh's trial. I don't even remember what it's called. It wasn't very good. I mean, it was fine. The Warcraft books are fine. They're not anything to write home about. But yeah, I really enjoyed Anduin's character. I've enjoyed Anduin's character in everything they've done with him. I really like that he's this prince that would be very much expected to be a warrior like his father, but he stands up for, he knows he's a priest, he knows he wants to be a priest, and he stands up for that, and he doesn't really let anybody push him around, and he does very well in his role. He's always been very good at trying to understand different sides of things, and he's a diplomat, but he's definitely not a perfect character, and I think there's some flaws that could be exploited by other characters as he goes forward, especially as he's been shoved into this new position as King of Stormwind. So yeah, Anduin's my homie. I really hope we don't lose him. We've been on an unnerving trend of losing faction leaders lately. I feel like right up until Cataclysm, everything was hunky-dory, and everybody just kind of rolled their factions, and then Cata hit, and they just started lopping off the heads, so Yeah. Anduin's my boy. I really hope nothing bad happens to him. I hope he continues to make good decisions, because I feel like he does. I feel like what would Anduin do is a good way to approach any tough moral dilemma. So that has been my week. If any of you have any questions you would like answered on the next week's vlog, with in mind that it's going to be a post-Legion vlog, put them in the comments of this one. Or just any questions, leave them in the comments of the most recent vlog. I do not go back to look at comments of older vlogs. I don't do that, so make sure they're in the recent one. And I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye!